Today we're going to learn how to make a bacon-infused syrup for adding a rich, smoky bacon flavor to your cocktails. I prefer infusing the syrup as opposed to a spirit like bourbon because it's, one, less expensive and also a bit more versatile. So to make this syrup, you're obviously going to need some bacon. You'll also want a high-quality sugar. I like this Demerara sugar here. A container to hold the syrup in, and a little plastic bag for the infusion. Now to actually infuse that bacon flavor, I'm going to be using a device here called an immersion circulator. It basically keeps the water at the exact same temperature, which is great for cooking things like steaks, salmons, but also has great application in the cocktail world as well. If you don't have one of these machines, that's fine. You can also just use a thermometer and manage the water temperature. So start by filling up a large pot of water. We're going to want the water to be 150 degrees Fahrenheit. So if you have an immersion circulator, you can just punch that in. So while that water's heating up, we're going to make some rich, simple syrup. So start with half a cup of your sugar, then 1/4 of a cup of water. The 2-to-1 ratio of sugar to water is what defines it as rich, simple syrup. Dissolve the sugar by bringing it to a light boil while stirring. Then transfer to an easy pour container. Now it's time to make the bacon, so add 1 strip to a hot pan. Cook until nice and crispy. Add the bacon into the Ziploc bag and then pour the simple syrup on top. Now before you seal the bag, gently lower it into the hot water. It'll displace some of the air out the top and then you can make a tight seal. After 90 minutes, remove the bag from the water. Transfer the hot liquid to an easy pour container. And then we're simply going to strain it into your small bottle. Here I've used a funnel to make it a little bit easier. And that fine strainer will catch any small pieces of bacon. And here's a quick tip, add a splash of vodka to help preserve it. With this rich simple syrup, it should last about 6 months in the fridge. Alright, now let's put that syrup to work. Here we're going to make a bacon old-fashioned. Start with a rocks glass, and I like to add a generous 5 to 6 dashes of Angostura bitters. Add in 2 ounces of bourbon. And finally, a bar spoon of your bacon-infused syrup. Even just 1 bar spoon will be enough to impart that bacon flavor. Give it a stir right in the glass, and then garnish with a lemon twist. Go ahead and throw in half a piece of bacon as well, because why not? And that's how you make a bacon-infused syrup. I'd love to hear your ideas for other cocktails to try this out in. Cheers. For measurements to this recipe, links to the equipment I used, and early access to videos, visit cocktailchemistrylab.com.